Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Hello and welcome to another episode of America's Funniest Funny Atheist Videos. We have a really special bunch of videos for tonight's episode, all submitted by our two guests here in the front row, Number0ne's son and his Uncle Fundy. And let me tell you something, folks. These two might just drive you nuts. Uh-oh, what's this? Someone seems to be busy reading Deuteronomy 25:11 through 12.
If two men are fighting and the wife of one of them comes to rescue her husband from his assailant, and she reaches out and seizes him by his private parts, you shall cut off her hand. Show her no pity. Hey, Uncle Fundy, why does God command the Israelites to cut off a woman's hand if she grabs at a man's testicles? That's a good question, Number0ne's son. There really is no other context that puts that in a better light. Yeah, that sure is true.
Uh-oh. That had to hurt because the Hebrew word in that passage means to fasten upon, in the same sense that's used to describe someone taking someone by the hand and leading them somewhere. Sure sounds like someone's trying to do some damage. Like in this video. Shh. Little Number0ne's son is looking for an explanation of that passage. Shh. He's almost found it.
Gee, what context could these guys use to make this sound better? God's ways are higher than our ways?
Hey, moron! Don't you know that this was clearly a way for a woman to stop the guy having kids? Back then, kids were like Social Security. And look back at Deuteronomy 25:5-9. It's all about a man refusing his duty to provide an heir for a widow. Get it? Kids were your helping hands. It's eye for an eye. Sheesh.
Well, that's what happens when you do too much horsing around and don't pony up with the scholarship. Hey, but before these guys feel their oats for too much longer, let's have a look at one more they've made for us.
So you see, my determination is that the passage refers not to the actual cutting off of a hand, but the public humiliation of pubic shaving.
Blah, 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 blah. Nothing but an excuse if you ask me.
It's a good thing no one did ask him, or he might have fallen faster. Okay, audience, it's time to choose this week's funniest Fundy Atheist video for that $10,000 prize. Will it be Number0ne, fastening with clamps, Number2, horsing around, or Number3, falling through the floor? Lock in your votes now. Okay, now it's time for the results of the studio audience vote. Thank you. Ooh, that tie sure is hyper-literal. And the winner of the $10,000 in this week's funniest Fundy Atheist video is Number0ne's Son's Fight Club.
Hey, you idiot. You weren't supposed to submit that one. Oh, yeah? Well, if I hadn't, you wouldn't have won.
Well, that's it for tonight's funniest Fundy Atheist videos. So, honey, put some Yoo-hoo on ice and put a lobster in the broiler because I'm coming home. See you next time.